And then people say you can't use artificial intelligence to create things, right? Here's a GTA. Wow, huh? That's awesome. Damn. Really good. Dude, look at him going into his apartment here. Suddenly it turns into The Last of Us. In this video, we're going to show an artificial intelligence tool that changes your video's style. Here behind me, I put up some examples. Basically, you upload a video, make a few settings, and it changes your style from realistic to anime, from anime to noir. You can take those cartoons from the 80s and turn them into a modern style, into a cyberpunk style, and so on. The sky's the limit. We're going to show some tests here. But first, leave a comment below. Have you ever created videos with artificial intelligence for your YouTube channel or sold them to a client? Anyway, if you have, let me know which AI tool you used, okay? Let's go straight to my computer screen. Then, at the end of the video, as usual, I'll put the channel name here for you to follow. I've already introduced this tool here on the channel, but the tests he did turned out really well, and I'd like to comment on them because in the very near future, I'm going to bring several videos like this to my other artificial intelligence channels. Shall we go straight to it then? 3, 2, 1, go!
After experimenting a bit, I discovered a really good workflow by integrating Flux Context Pro. In this video, I'm going to show you my exact workflow so you can get the best results for video-to-video conversion. Alright? First, let's go to LUMA using the link in the description. Once you're there, click where it says Editor. This is where you can upload a video whose style you want to change. The first video I tested was a short clip of me orbiting around my car in front of my house. At the bottom, you'll see the option to modify. Click on it. Remember, you can only do 10 seconds at a time. You'll see the video input as well as the style option and a starting frame next to it. And below that, you'll see an intensity toggle button. Now, these next steps are where I'll integrate Flux Context Pro. So,
well, there he is. I don't know if he was joking around, if he's going to show it right here. It's a surprise, right? What he just did, but basically, how does it work? You can record a video at your house, or you can upload a video. So for example, he was at his house, at his setup, right? And then he applied that futuristic style. He filmed himself doing this. It wasn't in real time. And then he changed the style. That's pretty interesting. Except for the 10-second limitation. Anyway, right? So that means you can record from your house, like in the other tests I showed. Imagine, for example, that I have this phone here. I do this, and I change from my house, right? From a room or my living room. I record like this. Then, suddenly, this phone becomes a weapon. This outfit I'm wearing turns into a World War II uniform. And I'm on a battlefield. But I'm actually filming from my house, walking around the sofa, ducking behind the sofa. Anyway, that's the power we're talking about. That's the power that this tool from LUMA has. Let's go. Let's keep going here.
first, click on the 3 dots on the video entry and select Start Frame. This will download the first frame of the video. Now let's go to Crea and to the editing section. I want you to upload the initial frame and start entering prompts that will change the style of the image. Here.
One more thing too. So basically, what is a frame? A frame videos are made up of frames. You've probably seen something like 60 frames per second. That's 60 pictures per second. 30 frames per second. 30 frames means 30 pictures. Movies use 24 frames, right? So what does the program do? It takes the first frame, the first image, and then what can you do? You can choose a style within LUMA itself, or you can take it to a tool, for example. Here he's using Crea, but it could be Midjourney. It could be Flux, which now has Flux Context, which is amazing. And then you change the style within an image AI, right? Because LUMA is for video, right? So you take it to an image AI, right? For example, take this picture here. Then, okay, I take it to Midjourney, Flux Context, or Crea. I change the style of the frame there and bring it back to LUMA. Why? Because my video plus the restyled initial frame, what is LUMA going to do? It will take the style from the restyled frame and apply it to the original video. So basically, that's it, but it'll get clearer in a moment. Let's go.
Here are some examples that I managed to generate. When you're satisfied with the generations, download them and go back to LUMA. Then upload the image where it says initial frame. Now for the intensity slider.
So take a look here. I'm going to pause it so you can understand. So here is the original video, right? Here you're going to choose the style, okay? And here you'll put the first frame that you restyled. And here you'll set it now which is where it will show the power, the strength that the artificial intelligence will apply to your video.
Intensity slider, I was getting good results by setting it right in the middle. Click on generate and wait for the video to finish. When I tested this, it had just come out, so it took a few minutes and I was also seeing those flags where it said generation failed. But if you wait, that failed generation will eventually be completed, so don't generate it again. It must be some kind of glitch. Now, here's how the results turned out for the car.
And you might notice that the car was completely stopped, right? That snowy one turned out really, really well, indeed. Man, the tire would get punctured like that, right? This one turned out the best. Alright, so objects work well, but what about people? Well, the results were just as good. I made this little video of myself walking around my house. I followed exactly the same steps as before, and here's how the results turned out. What's going on? Hey guys, this is Danny. I just wanted to, well, let's pause and take a look. So check this out. He's in his house, and then he put, look, an astronaut here, and put this here. Wow, it's practically The Last of Us. Anyone who watched the HBO series, anyone who played the game, like, oh my god, it's just incredible. And what do I want to do, right? What am I thinking about doing? I want to take cartoons from the 80s. You know, Thundercats, He-Man, Silverhawks, or G.I. Joe anyway, and take those old cartoons and bring them back with a new restyling, right? Basically, do a restyle there. Of course, I can take the original old cartoons, or I can generate images in that style and then bring them in. But that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking of taking some works that were really classic, but let's say they haven't aged well. The 3D, the first 3D when it was used, turned out really bad. The animations were good, right? Amazing even today, right? If you look at classic cartoons, they're still wonderful today. But the 3D in the beginning was really bad. There were some good cartoons, sure, but the 3D was terrible. So taking that and bringing it here, I think that cartoon, Johnny Quest, for example, from Hanna-Barbera, which I loved, it was animated, right? And suddenly it became 3D animated. And then it turned out terrible, right? Basically that, but like incredible, fantastic, wonderful. I was going to show LUMA's new video modification feature and how well it works with characters. Well, here is the war scene. Here, basically, he's a guy who works at the airport, and there's this other one here that I didn't get. Basically, he's kind of like Dracula, or that series with Dracula, right? Which is Castlevania. And here, it's kind of like Game of Thrones, or that game. What's the name of that game? It's not Gears of War. It's, man, that game with Thor, with the gods. I forgot the name now. Remember down below the one with Kratos? What's the name of that game? Comment down below. I'm just walking down the hallway in my house and I can turn into whatever I want. What are my thoughts on LUMA's video modification feature? I'll definitely use this feature as my go-to video-to-video model, especially when I'm just talking. Maybe I just want to change everything up just to make it interesting. I want to give a shout out to LUMA. I think you guys did a great job. Remember to click the link in the description, which will redirect you to LUMA. That helps me out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Here are some other interesting tests. Let's take a look here. Look, here it apparently turned into a game, right? So the guy was in the middle of the street and it turned into a game here, right? A Resident Evil, right? Look at this, is crazy. This is insane. Look at this. How incredible. And then people say you can't use artificial intelligence to create, right? Actually, this is pure creativity. The guy is an artist. He's just using the tool. Look at this, guys. My God, this changes everything, doesn't it? Check out this cool effect. So many effects. Wow. The guy turned in basically that movie. Wow, I even forgot that G.I. Joe movie. Now he looks like Ant-Man. Check out the style here. Game of Thrones. Very good. Man, that's amazing, huh? Here's the death of Harry Potter. Here's a GTA one. Wow, huh? How cool, damn. Very good. Man, look at him coming into his apartment and suddenly turns into The Last of Us. Turns into Uncharted. Amazing. Amazing. Filming on a cell phone. My God, this totally changes content creation. Look at that. Very good. The guy goes to Disney. He's at home and goes to Disney. Wow. He just turned into player one there. Oh my God. Oh my God. I definitely, like, I'm between three tools, but this one it's really pulling ahead. It's way ahead. Look in his kitchen. Oh my God. Ah, what did I say? Look what I said. Turning something old into something new. Check it out. Very cool. So good, guys. So good. Leave a comment below if you like this tool. If you already create videos with artificial intelligence, I want to know if you do. Tell me which tool you use, and I'll leave some videos on this topic here for you to keep watching with me, some other tests, all right? See you in that video. See you soon.